after blaming Trump for her poor reputation, April Ryan gets thoroughly shredded by US4Trump.com. As the resistance continues, they're obstructing and heavily carrying around the weight of their Trump derangement syndrome. The president continues doing what the American people voted for without a care. One in particular struggling with Trump derangement syndrome is none other than April Ryan, who works for fake news CNN. April Ryan, who was part of the resistance in trying to make a name for herself with her new anti-Trump book, is trying to promote, now back on the airwaves, pushing manufactured outrage. She's back. On Sunday, April interviewed during CNN's Reliable Sources, blaming President Trump for the death threat she is encountering. April claims she's received a series of threats so concerning she hired a personal bodyguard and has no doubt where the fault lies. I'm going to say this, and I'm just going to put it as simply as I can. I blame the president for this, April Ryan said. Yeah, really? Show me who went after her. Did anybody go after her? No. This is all made up phony baloney. No, it's the Trump supporters they go after. They don't go after. Conservatives don't do that. It's the thugs from the liberal parties, and you know who I'm talking about, who do those things. So it's getting worse, she said. There is collateral damage. It affects not only the reporter, but the people who are around the reporter. Really? You're talking about, you started this about Jim Acosta? He wasn't accosted. He was just called fake news and go home. That's what they told him. Nobody threatened him. Next, she took a jab at Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders, whom she's not even, April Ryan isn't even qualified, I should say, to shine Sarah Huckabee's shoes, let alone take a jab at Sarah Huckabee, claiming that Sarah missed the chance to make things right with reporters as the commander-in-chief continues to undermine their reputation. Listen, April, it ain't flying. People are awake now. She had a chance to pull back, saying we're not the enemy of the people. Oh, yes, you are the enemy of the people. Not a direct physical threat, but you are a threat when you're spewing all this fakery. Yeah, that irritates other people, gets other people, liberal nut jobs going, thinking that this president is some sort of a dictator. She didn't, April said. She continued her rant, saying, when I report, I speak the truth, and I have Republican sources who are in the inner circle who give up the information. I don't go in an office and go through a file cabinet. I'm given the information. Why? Because they're whistleblowers and this administration does not like it. Let's just take a listen to this moron, you know? Let's see what she has to say, you know?
April, I want to come to you on this one because it's part of your book, the escalating threats against journalists, and what people don't understand how real the threats against reporters can be and whether it's getting worse in your estimation.
It is getting worse, John. It is getting worse. There's collateral damage. You know, it affects not only the reporter, but the people who are around the reporter. You know, I'm gonna say this, and I'm just gonna put it as simply as I can. I blame the president for this.
Of course you do. That's your line. That's your spiel.
Had a chance to pull back, saying that we're the enemy of the people. She didn't.
You are.
She just talked about things personally that affected her and the president, to include the fact that a comedian came there and said some things about her. We didn't do that. The comedian did that. And the president, he's had a chance. I mean, the New York Times leaders or bosses came and talked to the president about this. So many people have talked to him. Even his own daughter has said that the press is not.
Because she's a liberal.
This president has got to stop it. He realizes, he's keenly aware of what's going on and what's happening. You know,
and we saw how they treated Ivanka. Yeah, even his daughter says that. Yeah, because she's a liberal nut job, just like the rest of the liberals, okay? whether people like to admit it on my channel or not. And we saw how the liberals treated her at McCain's funeral. The moron shouldn't have gone to the funeral. That's the bottom line. And I agree with the rest of you guys that said she shouldn't have gone to McCain's funeral. She didn't have any business there. It was a Trump bashing fest, and she knew what was going to take place. So she cannot, now she's just a liberal and she shouldn't have gone, bottom line. And this April Ryan, I want her to show us proof of what she's talking about, that what incident happened that she had to hire a bodyguard. Oh, really? And you are, April Ryan, the enemy of the people. So is CNN.
Death threats have got to stop.
Really?
We are a part
let's just go
of the
here.
Constitution. This is not the enemy. This president has got to stop. He realizes, he's keenly aware of what's going on and what's happening.
Of course he is. He's not stupid.
Death threats have got to stop. We are a part of
lies
of the Constitution. Free and fair, independent press. The First Amendment, not the second, not the third, the first.
The idiots that
and
listen
a lot
to you.
of people want to listen to this president who they say is a patriot, but he's not standing by the oath of office to follow the Constitution, the First Amendment. Not only that, some of these people who are making threats must have been asleep during government class or civics class, because we are a part of this country, the pillars of this country. And
really?
The problem is, if you don't like the reports,
that's why it's such a mess.
If you don't like the reports, make a noise on Twitter. Do what you have to do. But to try to kill someone for writing a story that you don't like because there is fact in the story.
What is she talking
yes,
about?
I do write about it. And I write about the attacks on me and trying to disparage me and attack my credibility because they were fearful of some of the things that I knew that they were doing. And when I report, I speak the truth. And I have Republican sources who are in the inner circle who give up the information. I don't go in office
rhinos.
A file cabinet. I'm given the information. Why? Because they're whistleblowers, and this administration does not like it.
Really? Whatever she said was a lie coming out of her mouth. Whatever she said. So Mark Levin and others chime in. Leftist reporter condemning president for media's lousy reputation. Actually, she was disliked and the media distrusted long before Trump became president. How about that? Reliable sources. Yeah, the violent Guy Short says, nobody takes April Ryan seriously except for CNN. April Ryan cares about April Ryan. Not news, not journalism, not the truth. Move on. Nothing to see here. Absolutely, Guy Short. Barbara here. Actually, the problem is, Miss Ryan, you have your own agenda, just like so many others in the media. You so dislike this president that you continue to report from a totally biased viewpoint. And she's making up the threats. Hateful April has no business disparaging anyone else. Absolutely. Frank here. April Ryan is a biased political hack, period. Curb Rob. No, April, we hate CNN, Clinton's news network in parentheses there, because of your bias, the way you kissed Obama's and Hillary's butt. CNN is incapable of reporting the truth. Where did you get your degree? Was it Al Sharpton's School of Truth? Laugh out loud? Absolutely. Tear Bear, absolutely correct. This is the same person, April Ryan, that acts like an uncontrollable kid in the press briefings and throws out the race card at every turn in today's society. She does that all on her own and has nothing to do with the president. Dario Molina, what's hilarious is you're not a journalist, not a reporter. You are an opinionated show host. You give your opinions on stories reported on by real journalists. Yeah. But I'm saying she's lying. Where are the threats? Where are the threats? Who? Name the name. Who? You see, she's a liar. She's a liar. That's what she's doing. She's lying and straight up lying about being threatened. Come on now. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.